It is visible. We can continue.
Okay. So you can see what I did is here I have curtailed all the remaining holes because there are a lot of hole files. So we will be fixing up to the sections which we have created. So there were other additional detail in the northern side, so I have reduced it. So let us concentrate on this part only and see how we can generate the wireframe and do the modeling. So the section lines we have already created. So I did only one thing with those section lines here. For displaying, it's the same process. The way you displayed the reload file, you have to go to the section file and double click and go to the levels and insert. I have inserted block ID for display. So it is displaying 1, 2, 3, 4 by name, all the 12 section lines. So there are 12 section lines, which is there. So we will create strings along these 12 lines, section lines, and we'll try to create a wireframe and then see how much we can do after that. So the basic process of correlation is you should not be starting with one end. The basic rule of thumb is you start understanding the system where there is maximum drill loads. So ideally from the center of the area and then go uh, to project those geological understanding
Sir,
other sections. So
sir, your voice is totally breaking.
likewise here also will not start from this southern. Let's see those will start from uh, number 5. Move ahead. And I'll use QC and click yes. Now it is fine.
Yes, sir.
And I've changed something in this so that okay. So this. So I don't know why the template is not getting updated. So let's check it. Update template. Yes. And then I'll export it just for to be double check, just to be doubly sure. I'll switch off it, switch on this, and I'll try to apply this template. Don't know what is happening. Let's check the graph. This is fine. Check if light zinc values are there or not. Yeah, light zinc values are there. Okay, that is the problem. I have to remove this file. So what we'll do now, we are going to correlate on zinc. Okay, zinc greater than 2%. So we use the zinc whole file and the same legend file that we have created in the edited zinc section. And this is fine. I'll keep it at the edge of the hole because I need to snap, so that I'll move it at the edge. But also I don't require the geology right now because we are going to only correlate on the research. Okay, so this is the best section which I could see, but still let us move forward and backward. So to move forward and backward in a plane, this is the option, move forward. Now, right now, because my section interval is at 50 meters, so let's move at 50-meter interval. So now if I do backwards, I'm coming towards me, and if I move forward, I'm going towards the screen. So this is how the section is behaving, right? And this is the section 9. This is section 3. If I come back now, while moving, I can see that my section 3 is looking more correlatable and more uniform. So this can help us in guiding the O body in a much better way. So I'll start with section 3. Okay, so let's start with section 3. I don't know the topography right now because I have not created any topography. So if we want, we can create a topography using the collar points, which I didn't do. But let's do it that way only. Let us consider this section line to be my top surface. So now we'll create now NS. Now if I create NS here, it is by default getting into the section string, but I want to create a different string file saying O string as a different string file for creating O files. So for that, there are two ways I can do. Either I can unload this and create a new string file and then load the section strings again, or maybe I can go to the string folder in sheets section and can create a new file. So it will create a new string. I can name it as O strings or st or underscore st. So this will give you a new file of naming or st. Now you can save it so that it gets into your project folder as well. Okay. Now if you create and do ns and create a string file, now here in the string section at the bottom, you can select the string file in which you want to save it. So I want to save it in O string, and I want the color of the O body as color code 9, which is red. Okay. So I'll use color code 9. So now if you see, this is quite simple. If in terms of cutoff grade 2%, 2% zinc cutoff grade, this is looking like quite simple O body. So we'll join them. So first click will be, so you should start, I'll show you two methods and show you the difference also. So let us first do by just clicking left. So left click, I'm considering that this is my context. So I'm just clicking left click using left click. Then I'm coming here, clicking left click, left click. So because there is a parent, I am removing, considering this to be a waste and may not be an economic zone. I'm just considering here as the main node contact. Then left click, then left click, left click. Now, for example, this is the zone here is minus zone, which is left click. and there is something more, but which is not completely coming into the section. So maybe, but we can still see there is an or contact. So that's fine. Or if you want, you can increase the width to see just 1 meter. I have increased. I could see the remaining area. So I can use it here, left click. And that's the final, I think. So I'll keep a distance of say 25-meter grid, and then left click again, left click, left click, left click. I'm taking here as the boundary.
So we
So
will
left click.
not snap this, or it's
I'll
our
show you.
choice. We can
Yeah,
snap on.
we should snap. So I'm just showing the difference, what is the difference it
Okay.
makes while snapping and not. So I'm right now, I'm not snapping. I'm just using left click. Left click, left click, and say this is going up here, just the projection. So I can take this way or this way, but ideally what should be the way? This is should be the way, because the trend of this contact is showing me that it should come this way. So we have to consider the trend. We can't change the trend. We may change the trend depending looking at the other side of the contact as well, but because there is no control on that side, so we will consider this trend to be ideally currently best trend. We may have to go through the sections to and fro, and then we can change it again later on. Then the final close, when you have to close it, so always you have to close the string for creating a wireframe of closed volume. So you can't go and snap it here. You have to click, you have to on keyboard, you have to type CLO, which is close string, which is the command for, you can see at the bottom right corner, CLO is close string. So now the string is closed. So if you verify the string by clicking it and checking it QST, you will see that it is mentioned at the command output bar, output prompt. In this view, the vertex order is anti-clockwise, and above this string is closed. Anti-clockwise because I have moved like this in anti-clock direction. So that is showing the anti-clockwise. If I would have done it from clockwise direction, then it would have shown me the clockwise direction that I have correlated in clockwise direction. So that is shown here. And the string is set to be closed, but I have not used any snapping. So what does it means? If I see it in the 3D view now, you will see that the complete string file is just at the section line only, where the section line is. But if you see this reload, this is at a certain distance from the section line. So we have correlated that, no doubt, but we have correlated that onto the section and not to the actual area, actual point. So that means when you will create a wireframe, say this is the section and it generates a wireframe volume, it may happen that it may not consider the complete area because it is not snapped. It may go straight away cross-cutting this area. So some of the ore get left while correlating while creating a volume. So this is not the right thing to do, because we have to consider every ore that is intersected should fall within the ore body. So for that, we have to use snapping, and we have to snap the intersections. Now for snapping also, there can be couple of methods. So I'll start with the wrong method, then I'll go to the right one. So I'll align the section again. So I'm just keeping the section right now. Say for the sake, just to compare, I want to keep this section. So there is a tool. If you want to keep sections in separate file names, there is an option where you can select the string and go to, I think you can go to the edit. Yeah, you can go to the edit part, and there is an option where you can save the string, save selected string. I've seen it, but I'm not seeing it right now. Can anyone help me? I've shown to someone Yeah, there it is. So in data, you can see just you can click that string file, then you go to the all string sec point, which is there in save section in data menu bar, drop down, selected string. So you can select that selected string, say because it is S3, so S3 version 1, let's say S3 underscore V1 ST. I'm keeping it just for reference. So that is saved as a separate string file. You can see in the string folder in the project file control bar that is saved. So now I can remove it. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll again create a string. भूख लग जाएगी मुझे भी. Switch off the video, please, huh? Praveen. Then what I'll do, I'll generate a again, I'll create a string, say ns. Now I will snap, but I'll snap in a wrong way. I would say it's a wrong way. So I'll click first. I'm clicking here, left click without snapping, same process. Now, because I want to use the intersection here, so I'm snapping it here by zooming it, then right click. For snapping, you have to use right click. So I have right clicked it, then this zone, right click, then this zone, right click, then this zone, right click, then this, right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, left click, then right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, right click. So I want to do this turn, so I'm using left click, left click, left click, and then right click. Then again left click, left click, left click, right click, left click, right click, left click, left click, and then CL. Okay. So say this is the string file which I have created. Now, if you see this in 3D in section line, you will see that it has considered the intersection point, right? But doing so, what happens is because you are generating a section line, generating a string on a section line, while wireframing, you will find a lot of kinks because what is happening if I remove this grid, you see this has gone this way and then it is coming up again and then going this way. So there are a lot of kinks. And also the points which I have created by left click just to make the string smooth, that were falling in the section. And straight away it is showing a straight kink towards the area where I snapped. So there is a kink again, right? Because these points were I have used as left click, so it fall on the section and then it has gone to this area. So this doing such things, because here you can see there it should not, it is very nominal because the section line is having so much drilling data. But if you have increased your section width and you have used 100-meter interval and you have snapped on the 100-meter interval apart sections as intersections as well, then this kink would have created a lot of problem. So, but you have to snap. So what we can do is there's another method through which you can snap. So, and that method actually addresses this king to a bit and it tries to smooth the string. So I'll use that method right now and we'll show you. So the best process of snapping is, I'll save this again so that I can show you, we can compare it later on. So I will save it. So the section, it was S3 version 2 ST. Okay. So I'll remove it now. Now the process which I follow generally is, first you do NS and first you right click on the intersections without doing any smoothing of the strings. You just right click and join whatever there in the actual intersection. So I'll start with here, not with the top. I'll start with here and I'll right click so it gets snapped. Then right click, snapped, right click, snapped, right click, then right click, then right click, right click, right click, right click, just to see the influence 525 meter. That's fine. Then right click, 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 and then I'll say CLO and close. Okay, so I have joined the intersections. Now I use my digitization to make it a more correlatable section or more geological, to look like more geological. Now again, I'll do IPO, insert points, and I'll insert points because the string is selected. So wherever I want to keep the points, I can do that by, say, for example, if I click here, Control Z, if I click here, here, Control Z, here, I can move the points. MPO is for moving, IPO is for inserting. So I can insert points here. Control Z, I want it straight, then I can do it here. Say I want to put some digitization, I can do the inserting now. Hang over. Yeah, sorry. So I can do some digitization like this by using IPO. While IPO also you can drag, like say I clicked IPO, but if I kept on clicking left click, I can choose where I want to keep it to make it more smoother. Okay.
Sir, here
Hmm.
you can also explain that point on smooth strain. Like there's a command SMS, and I
Yeah.
told them that this command is not very good for using in making sections. So
Yes. So see, if I right now, let us see what happened now. So if I see this in section view right now, you will see the smoothing effect, whatever smoothing effect we did, you will not see those kinks of the nodes which we have added. Why? Because it has done, it has slowly brought the string into the section and again went out, because it knows right now that where are my intersection points, and accordingly the insert points have smoothened up while inserting the points, and it has gently taken up into the section and again went out. So if you see this point right now here, this point, if we had done it through a left click earlier, this point would have been on the section plane. But right now it is there in outside the section plane. Why? Because it tried to smooth this intersection, which is way outside the section plane, so that it comes smoothly inside. That's why it has taken a point here, then slowly it came onto the section plane. So that is how it should be done, so that there is a smoothing in the section, in the code section, in the third dimension as well. And that will help you to create the wireframe. Now, what Aparna was saying, if you want to smooth it using just SMS, so that is not the right way. Why? Because if you see, if I do SMS now, so it is actually generating, you can't see the points here because the point size are small, I think. So let's increase the point symbol. So if you do SMS and increase the symbol sizes, increase the number of decimal points, what will happen when you will be linking with the wireframe? You are generating too many points. Now, the basic you have to understand what does a wireframe do? What is wireframing? Wireframing is a triangulation method. Okay, it is actually generating triangles. Now, if you see the wireframe, when we will create a wireframe, I will show you what the wireframe point file is having and what the wireframe wireframe original file have. So basically, it is nothing but it is generating triangles. Now, what does a triangle have? A triangle has 3 coordinates, 3 points. So it joins 3 points and create wireframe. So if you increase the number of points, then you are increasing the number of triangles to be generated in a wireframe. And if that SMS, if you do a SMS in this section, say because there are 5 intersections and 5 points which you have created, then you created and done an SMS. So the number of points that it will generate, it will depend on those 5 intersections. Similarly, at the adjoining section, say there are only 2 points, then actual intersections, and you created a line, and then you did an SMS. The number of points in that section will be different. Now it automatically you are creating a problem while for generating a wireframe, because the number of it will not be able to create the number of triangles in a proper way, because it can create a triangle. I'm not denying that it will not create. It will create, but the number of triangles will increase. And if the number of triangles will increase, then there are more chances of having more crossovers, more errors, because you need to remove the crossovers while creating the wireframes, and crossovers are getting generated while these triangles are made. So when there is some overlapping of some triangles, or some direction, some point goes into the other side of the point in other section. So these problems will rise with the rise in number of points. So it is better to keep it. Of course, with increase of points, the wireframe looks more smoother and more beautiful, but it creates lot of a problem mainly in such cases where there is correlation. Correlation is very much tricky. It's not that simple correlation. If you increase the number of points, these wireframe generation creates a problem, and creates more shared edges and more of this intersection points. So it's better not to use SMS. SMS is used for some other purpose. It is kept, but it's a string tool for help, but it's not for mainly for while doing a correlation here. Maybe if you are dealing with some contours, you are generating contours and you want to make it more smooth, then SMS is a good tool. Even for level plans, if you generate level plans from the wireframes, there you are creating strings, then SMS is okay, because you're smoothing the geology and the level, but not while creating a wireframe for whole body correlation. It's better to keep more simple with lesser points, and that will be more helpful in generating the wireframe triangles. Okay, so I'll not use that SMS, so I'll do a simple Control Z so that my points I came back to my original position. So now let's see what happened. I have kept all the other versions as well. So let's see the changes. So if you see this one, this selected one, this was the original one, which was having no snapping. So it's just falling on the straight section line, but which is not that correct. Similarly, there was some more kings in the other one compared to the one which we created last. So which is also ideally here, you may not see much variation, but that has impact when you are correlating and snapping a lot of intersections which are falling way out of the section plane. So better to first correlate the intersections by right clicking, then use insert points and digitize them. Or the other way is you first create the second version for correlation, which I did. And after understanding the correlation, you again create a string with snapping and then re-rectify those, insert those points using that first correlation as a base, but then you use the final one for wireframing. So that also a lot of people does that also to have a more control on the correlation. So this is my first string. Say this is my string. Now you can see here, there is having a king because I just randomly kept the point here. So I'll go back here in this area. First align the section. Yeah. I'll go back. I'll delete this point. DPO is for deleting the point. And then again, escape IPO. I'll insert the point again. Sometimes it happens, then do Control Z and shift your location a little bit other side. And you will be able to see the change. Okay, then MPO, I'll move it a bit in this direction. Done. So this section is done. So I'll go to the plan view and come to the next section. Or I can straight away go to the next section also by using move plane. So I have completed section 3. I have to go to section 4. UC and the width is 50. That's fine. I want to see the graphs in a more larger view, so I'll increase the size of the graph so that I don't have to zoom much. So for this, what you have to do, you have to go and increase this intensity. So right now it is up to 45. So that's why the graph is showing like this. If you make it to 12, the size will increase. If you further reduce it, say to 6, further it will increase, but it will get more smoother because up to it is the maximum value of 6 is showing. So let's keep it at 12. That is much better. Apply. Now here also we'll use the same process. I'll do it a little quicker. So there may be some error in my snapping, but like for example, here there are 2 holes. So you have to be more cautious. You may have to reduce the section width here and do the correlation. Like for example, here this zone is already taken in the earlier section. So what you will do, because of the clipping width, it is reflecting here. So what you can do is you can just click it. You don't need to use any right click or anything. So we will not use it right now. We'll left it. We'll use it afterward. We are complete with our snapping. So snap. snap, 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 snap. CLO. Now IPO. Control Z. MPO. Here I'll go and IPO, and I'll just click here with left click, not right click. And then here, Control Z, MPO. And here also IPO. Okay, so I have aligned it with the O body. Now you can see the other section also will need some alignment in this direction. So you have to correct that one also. So what I'll do, I'll click this and I'll give it a different color. And also you can see by mistakenly I have created another new string. So and the last file went to that string only. So there is an option while how you can copy the string to the new string. So Priyanka will tell you the command. So I have selected the new string file and I want to copy it into the O string. So what is the process, Priyanka?
Sir, MSTU command.
MS
TU.
MSTO. So what does MSTO means? I'm typing
Sir,
MSTO, merge string to the object. So
yes,
it is
sir.
saying some strings must be selected before running this command. Okay. So no, I think the copy string will be much better, no? What is the command for copy string?
Sir, CPS.
CPS. So I'll select this O string file. Okay, double clicking it. So right now, if you see, this is highlighted. So O string is selected. Here also you can cross check O string is selected. Now I'll select this string, which is in another file, and then I'll click CPS. नहीं, merge string is much better. Copy string में command में move हो जाएगा. So let's see merge string MST. MST PO. नहीं क्या है?
MSTU, sir.
MS MSTO. So I did that. Now if you see, I'll switch off this new string file. Now the file is in O string. Okay, so I have added the string file. Copy करने से क्या होता है? You have to give a new point. So that would have been wrong. Now this O string, I can remove this new string file. No, new string file is having, yeah, I can remove this new string file now. This is having nothing. Now this string which I have created in this section, I'll change the color to EAT, say 9. Okay. Yeah. And I'll go back to this section by back. No, by forward. Yeah. So, yeah. if I now, sorry, I will use the same clipping width of 51 and I'll move it a little bit less, 10 meters. Right? So I have to change the orientation of this MPO to this so that the dipping remains constant. Now, if you see, yeah, it is aligned now. Okay. Now I'll go back to the original section, which is this. And I'll add IPO for closing it. MPO. Done. So this is done. So I'll save the sections. Now I'll go back. I'll go back to the plan view. Three is done, 4 is done. Let us do the 5. I'm doing right click, huh? Snapping. Now tell me why I didn't snap here. Anyone? Why I didn't snap here?
At which location, sir?
Here. Here I snapped at the bottom, but not at the top. Why?
टॉप पे तो सर टोपोग्राफी को लेके we have to adjust ना.
No, this is an underground hole, so you can see the collar location. So this is the collar location of this hole, and
इस पे तो फिर
I
बाकी
didn't snap.
उसमें ऊपर तक जा रहा है
हाँ.
और बड़ी
So
इसलिए.
it may happen that ये O drive से drill hole हुआ है, so it may have started from ore. So it doesn't mean that कि ore contact यहीं से start हुआ होगा. May happen कि ore contact और पीछे से होगा, but because the drive is there, ore drive, they drilled it to check. So that's why I have not snapped it here. Otherwise क्या होगा कि आप ore contact को dilute मतलब खत्म कर रहे हो, waste में मिला रहे हो. So that's the reason. So it's not from drive actually. अगर fact बताऊं तो if you see the numbers also, this is 340 and this is 42. So this hole was drilled after this area was mined up to this level, so in open pit. So maybe there is a bench from where they have drilled. So the bench जो रहा होगा, that would have been ore bench. So इन्होंने drill किया होगा. Or they may have not mined this portion that time. So जैसे कि ये वाला भी है, so it may have they have drilled from the pit. क्योंकि ये बहुत सारे होल आर ओल्ड होल्स आफ्टर विच देयर वाज अ पिट एंड देन पिट से भी बहुत सारे होल्स हुए हैं at multiple stages and multiple years. Okay. So I did that and yeah. ठीक है, इतना ही रखते हैं अभी। इसको अभी 5th से मूव करते हैं 50 मीटर्स 6th में। नाउ 6th में नाउ सी अगर आप चाहते हो कि प्रीवियस सेक्शन का कोरिलेशन भी आप यहाँ पे लाना चाहते हो तो यू कैन गो बैक, यूज द स्ट्रिंग, मूव फॉरवर्ड एंड यहाँ पे पीटीवी कर सकते हैं, प्रोजेक्ट टू व्यू प्लेन। तो जो सेलेक्टेड स्ट्रिंग है यहाँ पे प्रोजेक्ट हो जाएगा। सो अकॉर्डिंगली इसके बाद आप इसको देखते हुए वापस स्नैपिंग करके ठीक कर सकते हैं, लेकिन इसी को यूज करेंगे तो फिर वापस वही किंक आ जाएगा, तो आप इसको यूज नहीं कर सकते हो। तो ये एक तरीका है ऐसे कोरिलेशन करने का, लेकिन एक और अच्छा तरीका है ये सेकेंडरी क्लिपिंग यूज करना। देयर इज अ सेकेंडरी क्लिपिंग ऑप्शन। तो अगर आप सेकेंडरी क्लिपिंग ऑन करते हो, आई डोंट नो सेकेंडरी क्लिपिंग यहाँ यूज होता है कि नहीं, आई थिंक डिजाइन में ही होता है,
सर
यहाँ पे
डिजाइन
नहीं है।
में रहता है।
हाँ, यहाँ पे नहीं है, तो नहीं कर पाओगे। तो आप प्रोजेक्ट टू व्यू प्लेन करके कर सकते हो, लेकिन दैट उसमें वही हानि यही है कि आप जब स्नैपिंग करने जाओगे तो बहुत दिक्कत आती है, कभी कभी गलती से आप इस स्ट्रिंग के ऊपर ही स्नैपिंग कर दोगे तो वो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है, उसको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। ये वेस्ट मैं नहीं लूंगा, इसको यहीं से लेता हूँ। क्लोज, फिर क्विकली ओरिजिनल स्ट्रिंग को हटा दो, डिलीट कर दो, देन IPO ठीक है, डन। नेक्स्ट सेक्शन पे मूव करते हैं, 7th NS। वेस्ट पे ही रख देता हूँ इसको। देखते रहना यहाँ पे नीचे मैं कौन कौन सा कमांड यूज कर रहा हूँ, है ना, वो दिखता रहेगा यहाँ पे शॉर्ट कमांड नीचे, कब आईपीओ यूज कर रहा हूँ, कब एमपीओ यूज कर रहा हूँ। इतने चेंजेस डिजिटाइजेशन इसलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि ये जो एरिया तुम ऑब्जर्व करोगे कि ऊपर हाई ग्रेड है, फिर एकदम कम हो गया है, फिर वापस थिकनेस बढ़ रही है। दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ द रीजन दैट देयर इज ए माइलिनाइट जोन। ये जो ग्रेफाइट सिस्ट है इसके एज पे एक माइलिनाइट जोन है जो कि फुटवॉल से स्टार्ट हुआ है ऊपर, एंड देन इट हैज क्रॉस्ड ओवर द ओवर बॉडी एंड गॉन टू द हैंगिंग वॉल साइड। So there is a strong myelinite shear, and that's why इस shearing की वजह से इस areas में, इन areas में thickness of the ore body is very less, and then again it thickens up. Eight NS. Recording हो रही है ना?
Yes, sir.
मैं थोड़ा जल्दी कर रहा हूँ इसलिए ऐसे कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है। जस्ट वाई फ्रेम को बनाना है इसलिए। ठीक है, ये स्ट्रिंग्स बन गए। अब इसको लिंक करेंगे। सब हो ना, या सब गायब हो गए?
Yes, sir. Here.
ओके, तो इसको सेव करते हैं, स्ट्रिंग को, होल्स को ऑफ करते हैं, यूज सी क्लिपिंग ऑफ। ठीक है, अभी तुम देखना कि मैंने बहुत जगह पे ब्रेक कर दिया। ब्रेक इसलिए किया है जस्ट टू शो कि कैसे हम ब्रेक हो रहा है तो कैसे उसको लिंक कर सकते हैं। ब्रेक स्ट्रिंग्स, अगर ब्रेक है कोरिलेशन, तो उसको कैसे एक कंटिन्यूअस स्ट्रिंग के साथ जोड़ेंगे उसके लिए। अभी सेक्शन डेफिनेशन की जरूरत नहीं है, तो मैं इसको बंद कर हटा देता हूँ। नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू लिंक इट। सो एक बार मैं इसको सेव करके अनलोड कर लेता हूँ। जस्ट वांट टू सी व्हाट हैज हैपेंड। या कलर नहीं आ रहा था ना, वो बग की वजह से नहीं आ रहा होगा। नाउ इफ यू सी, ये विजिबल है सब?
हाँ यस सर।
ठीक है। फॉर लिंकिंग सिंपल टूल जो है लिंक का ls, लिंक कमांड, शॉर्ट कमांड लिंक का है ls, लिंक स्ट्रिंग। फिर इस लिंक स्ट्रिंग में देखो यहाँ पे नीचे आ रहा होगा कमांड में क्या लिखा आ रहा है, देखो लिंक स्ट्रिंग करते ही आता है कि सेलेक्ट नेक्स्ट स्ट्रिंग। तो एस्केप करता हूँ मैं वापस, एंड वापस ls करता हूँ। देखो नीचे, यहाँ पे नीचे बॉटम में लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में क्या आता है लिखा हुआ। ठीक है, जैसे लिंक स्ट्रिंग किया, इंडिकेट द फर्स्ट स्ट्रिंग टू लिंक। तो पहला स्ट्रिंग कौन सा है उसको लिंक करने के लिए बोलते हैं। तो so that is asking for to indicate the first string to link. So I'm selecting the first string. One second, huh? Hello, hello. हाँ हाँ, ये KV4 है ना, KV4 के सामने थर्ड सर्कल में जो बिल्डिंग है, नया जो बिल्डिंग बना है ना, एसडी प्रीमियम होटल के सामने, एसडी प्रीमियम होटल के सामने। हाँ, नीलाद्री विहार केंद्रीय विद्यालय कोड है। सॉरी, हेलो हेलो।
यस सर।
हाँ, 5 मिनट का ब्रेक ले लो, मेरे एक सामान आ रहा है, वो नहीं तो खो जाएगा। 5 मिनट का ब्रेक दो प्लीज। थैंक यू। Okay, sorry for this, huh? So I'm starting again, huh, for linking. So what I was saying that when you do ls, you can observe at the left hand bottom corner, it is saying at the status bar, it is indicating saying indicate the first string to link. So I'll select this. Then it is saying indicate the next string to link. So I'll select next string. So it should have joined, but it didn't. So there may be some problem. Okay, let us try from this side. I'll address that later. ls, this string, then this, then this. They're saying the same thing. Okay, this is done. Now, sometimes what happens, say for example, you can see here also, this point has come in this direction, but it would have taken proper smooth linking. So there is, if you see this in level plan, you will see a kink because of this. So you have to address this. How you can address this? You can address this by tagging. So I'll remove this link. For removing this link, the short command is uw. Then you can select the surface. Okay. So it will remove. Escape. And then again, use TGS, which is for text string. Then right click here and right click here. Then again, ls. So now you can see this, it has become more smoother using text string. Okay. So we'll use similar text string here also so that it links properly. TGS, right click, escape, TGS, right click, escape. Now let us see what is happening at the bottom. The bottom also requires a text string. So again, UW, select, okay, yes, then TGS, TGS, right click, escape, ls, this, and this. Okay, it is done. Now we will tag this also. Now if it's fine. I will tag this TGS, this. Okay, this is also done. Now see this. You can see there is a barren zone. Okay, because of we have bifurcated this area, so that's why there is a barren zone. But here it is again merging up. So what we can do is we have to show a barren zone here. So we can't use directly the link string. We have to use link boundary string in a way that this portion goes up to only this area and the remaining portion goes here. So for that, what we will first draw a boundary string creating ns. Then will just draw snap, right click, snap. Okay, we did that. Now what we'll do here as well, if you see, we have taken it far beyond. So maybe there will be a problem while joining it. The one thing is you can go back to the section and draw it again, extend it a little bit further so that there is smoothing, or maybe you can reduce this area also. But in other way also what we can do is we can create a boundary string here as well to draw this, join this, and keep this boundary string as a separate one. So I'll do that only. I'm not going to create another because of time as well. So I'll make it a more using the available information. I'll try to make it more smoother. So NS, right click, right click. So I created a boundary string here also. Okay. Now the to create a boundary using a boundary string to link, the command is LBO. But before that, let us do the tagging first at the top. TGS. The string, there is a lot of opportunities to improve the string, but I'm escaping that part. Okay, TGS, then LBO. So click, type LBO. So you will see at the bottom left, it is saying indicate the first string. So first string is this. So now select the second string. So I'll select this. So you can see it has connected only this up to this, not beyond this in the string file. Escape. So LBO, I mean the tagging is okay, and here also it is fine because the string is getting up. So there is this parent zone. Now again LBO, this and this. So here you require a tag, I think, yes. So UW, or another option of unlinking last string. Last linking is ULL. ULL command is to unlink last link, undo last link. So you can use ULL as well. Now let us do a tag string TGS here, here, here. TGS here, here. Let's see if it takes or not. Okay. LBO. Okay, it has taken. So that's fine. That is done. Everything looks fine here. Now, this remaining portion, we will join it to this part using an LBO. But if you see here, there is no point. So I'll insert one point IPO and just click. And then another one, click. Then NS, join them. And again, I'll use TGS, this, control. Okay, control Z, escape. I'll use, wait, what happened? Okay, NS is gone. NS, right click, escape. Now TGS. TGS, this and this. Okay. Now LBO, this to this. It's done. Now, okay, that is not required actually. What I can do is, yeah, oh, that is required. That is required. Because your this string is up to this only, no? Yeah, that's fine. So there is this barren zone. Now this will remain as this section will remain as barren because there is nothing to correlate. So what we want this string to come here. So what we will do here, there are two strings. So let us switch off the wireframe to see it more properly. Switch off the wireframe. Okay. Now we will do a tagging. TGS. This. 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 Escape. Okay. Now I want to link this complete string with this complete string. So there we're using this LBO only. But if you recall, we have used one LBO here, but that is for this part, joining this part. Right now, we don't need that. So what we will do, we'll just simply go here and do an MPO, and we'll slowly remove the linking, because that linking is for that part only. So that is done. So we'll remove it and then use some TGS again for the top. TGS. 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 Okay. Now we'll do LBO. This to this. Okay. So it has linked. Okay, fine. So that link boundary was used for this part. So we have removed that. And again, you use this LBO part. So I think there should not be any vacant space now, except for this, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. For this, there is a no, and there is no bound. This is a text string, right? So it's fine. So that's done. This is done. Now to end this part, it is quite simple. So we can do ls. But again, you need a tagging. TGS. TGS. ls. ls. Okay. Now to end link a boundary, to close a linking. Now, right now, if you see here, this is open-ended. And this is the last string. So you have to close it. So for ending, the command is ELI end link boundary. So it is now closed. Okay. Now for this also, we'll do the same thing. We'll create a link boundary using NS snapped LBO. And then end link ELI. Similarly for this also an LBO. 1 second. I think there is a problem. Let's do the tag first. TGS. 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 And then LBO. LBO. Okay. And then we can do an LBO also, because other or an LS as well. LS, what will happen? That it is going too much up. So if you think no, it is not that much idle to take it that up. What you can do is you can go to the plan view again. Okay. And come here, draw a section line. A line. You see, increase the clipping a little bit so that you can see the other section. Right. Now you draw NS and just draw a line. Just a line. Escape. Now let's go back. You see. Now what you can do is you can create a LBO here by, I think we created it too much far up. We should have created here. So let's go again. NS. Okay. Align. Plan. Align. You see. Right. Right. Now what you can do, you can have a link boundary here. NS. And then LBO. That's done. Now to link a line is LL, link to line. So LL, this. Okay, no. Link to line will be for no, I think it is taken. Let me check. No. It is taken completely. So link boundary to line, LBL. Okay. So it has paged out here. That is, I think there is some problem. I need to check what is the problem, but we'll check later on. There may be some opening faces left. Okay. So this is how the wireframe is done from this side. Now let's move ahead in the northern part. TGS. TGS. Okay. Now this is okay. This is fine, but within that there will be an internal variant again. TGS, this, this. This, this, and this. Okay. Now L, yeah, sorry, NS. So this will be LBO, this to this, right? And this will be simple LS. So this is LS. That's done. Now LBO. That is also done. Now this is again LBO. So you have to create a link boundary here. NS. LBO. This to this. LBO. Sorry. LBO. This to this. Okay, that baron is also addressed. This is also addressed. Now it is a plain simple string, so it should join directly ls to this. This is also done. Now comes the hard part. So so for this, what we'll do is we'll create a boundary again. NS and then LBO this to this. Okay, and we'll just close it here only. So to end link a boundary, the command is ELB, I think. Yeah, end link boundary. So the portion, this portion will close and rest will remain open. And then it's simple ELL end link. Sorry, ELI. Okay, so this is closed. So I think this is done, and verification may not have much problem. Let's see. Then you have to verify for open edges, shared edges, and crossovers. Hopefully, there are 9 open edges, 12 shared edges. Okay, now you have to address those. Most probably these would have come here only, so that can be addressed. But I'll leave this for now. But let us check where it is. So yeah, so these are the areas. Let us make them in different color. Yeah, so there is this problem is here. That is fine. That is understandable because we used link boundary line. So we have to make it a little bit more smoother so that it will get addressed. That is fine. And what else? Where are the problem? Yeah. So there is this another problem. Is it a shared edge or crossover? It's a crossover. Okay, that can also be addressed. I think we can address it, no problem in it. I can do that, but I'll not do it now because it's going to take time. So this is the basic process of wireframing. Okay. So do you want to go up to the block model and all, or should we close it? Or any questions up to this? Shiny, Shipali, Priyanka. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Any question? Any question, or we can close it for today. I think 6 o'clock already. No?
Yes, sir. So now I think we can close. Up to this, everyone needs to any exercise on this and practice on this more. Then only we can found any doubt if we have.
Yeah. So
For
what I'll
another.
suggest, yes, what I'll suggest the training, use the training data and create whatever process I did for only half of the area now. And there are a lot of errors also. So remove those errors, create the section line up to the last limit at every 50-meter interval, then draw the sections and then collate them and do the wireframing. So, and if there is any questions, then we can look into it also.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
After practicing these sections, and we can move forward with another tables.
Yeah, in another day, then we will take up the proton and wipe modeling and everything
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
up to IDW.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Up to this, everyone needs to just practice this data.
Okay, and so till this, any question or everything clear?
Shani,
Shiny, are you clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'll try. I'll practice that, sir.
Okay.
I'll
Fine.
try doing it. Okay.
Okay then. So in that case, we can close. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.